Okay, we've got y equals to a negative 4 plus cosine of 8 pi x. Okay, so this negative 4 here, if we're looking at y equals to c plus or minus a cosine kx, right? This 4 here would be what?
Moves it down a little bit.
Right, the negative 4 is going to make it shift down. Because what tells you it's going to shift down?
C.
Yeah, it's a c value, but how do you know it's going to shift up or down?
Negative.
The negative tells you it shifts down. If it's positive, it's going to shift up, right? So this will shift down 4 units. Okay? And the amplitude, yeah, that's just 1, right? How about k? Right, 8 pi. So therefore our period is going to be, what's our equation? 2 pi over k. So that makes it 2 pi over what? 8 pi. And so of course the pi's cancel. 2 goes in 8, and that's 4. So our period is 1 over 4. Okay? Alright, well, here's our original graph for cosine. Y equals to cosine x, before any shifting, right? And where does cosine start? Does it start at 1 or does it start at 0? It starts at 1, right? So this is going to come up here. And so here's our increments, right? Pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi before any shifting or anything like that, right? Okay, well, immediately we know that our graph, if this is 0, 1, 2, 3, here's negative 4, right? Now we want to draw a line, a dotted line, because this is like our center line. Our center line for original graph is at 0. So our graph is going to oscillate back and forth, right, up and down, about what line? Negative 4, right. So that means our cosine actually starts where? At negative 3, goes through negative 4, and then it comes down to where? Negative 5, and then comes back up. Okay? So it's going to oscillate up and down about negative 4. Okay? So we need to figure out what our increments are. These increments here. And so it's not going to be pi over 2 this time, right? So go ahead and figure out what those are. K is 8 pi, right? So we know that the pi's got to cancel, right? So the pi's cancel, you're going to get 3 over 16. which, that's our period, right? So we've got it right. So if these numbers are different, right, what does that tell you? If this period and this last one down here, if they're different,
You did something wrong.
something's wrong. It might be, if that one's wrong, maybe the whole thing's wrong. You gotta go back and take a look at it. So that's kind of a check for you. Okay, so here we're at 0, and what is this value? This first value, not pi over 2, but what is it? 1 over 16, right. This is 1 over 16 here. And this is not pi, this is what?
1 over 8.
1 over 8, right. And this is not 3 pi over 2, it's 3 over 16, and then this last one is 1/4. Okay? Alright. Any questions with that? Alright. Anything in particular that that maybe you kind of started looking at and maybe you're having some trouble with? Okay, so we'll stop with the graphs for now. What we'll do is I want to go over any questions that you have on the homework that we've done up to this point. Actually, I think I'll just let that run. That might help you guys to kind of have that on too. Questions with anything at all we've done up to this point?